So can you make decent YouTube videos with the equipment that you have already on hand? Let's talk about it. Hey there friends, my name is Jason, sometimes known as the JTL. This is Painfully Honest Tech. Tech so honest it hurts! If this is your first time here, please come back again. Thank you for being here. And if you've been here before, well, I appreciate it, as you know. So let's talk about this thing. Can you make YouTube videos without all the fancy gear that you see all your fancy YouTube friends having? I'm kind of experimenting with that right now. Right now, I have my Galaxy S9 Plus set up here on a $5 mount on a, well, this was not the cheapest tripod. It's a Joby tripod. I'll link to it down in the description as well as the mount. But you can get tripods that will work just like this for, $10. You can also rig up your own stuff if you're a little handy in that way. So I'm making this video on my smartphone, hopefully to prove the point that with just the smartphone capturing the audio and capturing the video, I'm doing this in Quad HD, and just trying to see what kind of output I get. Yeah, so here's the thing. Everybody has a smartphone, right? But if you're thinking about making YouTube videos, if you want to get serious about making YouTube videos, there's this thought in everyone's head, and there's nothing wrong with thinking this, but I just want you to think about it a little bit further. You think that you have to have something special to make videos that look special. And that's just not the case. I started out just using a webcam that I had and editing my videos in iMovie on a Mac. If you have a webcam right now, you can start using that. I use the C920 is a really decent webcam for the price. It's $100, maybe a little bit less these days. And you can grab one of those and you can use it and just record straight into your computer and you're good to go. Now, there's all kinds of microphone attachments that you can get and all kinds of stuff like that, but I'm anxious to see what the audio on this sounds like, whether or not it sounds decent enough that I wouldn't feel like I was putting out an inferior product by just using my smartphone. There's a saying about guitar players. A great guitar player can make any guitar sound great. And I think that's true for just about any creative venture that you take. You have to remember that it's not the tools that make the output good. It is the user's ability, skill level, mastery that makes the output good. It's the lessons that you've learned along the way. It's the time that you've put in where you can use the tools that you have on hand and just do whatever it is that you feel like you need to do. That's you. That's not the camera. That's not the microphones. That's not the lighting. That's not anything. It's what you're able to do. The only way that you're going to be able to do that is by starting now. Taking the tools that you have on hand, setting it up, and making a video. It doesn't matter if you're recording on a smartphone or on a $700 Canon T6i like I have back there. It doesn't matter if you're recording on a Red Dragon camera that costs $50,000. In fact, I would have to say that $50,000 to make YouTube videos, spending that kind of money on your camera, it's kind of pointless, isn't it? Have you started making YouTube videos? What do you have on hand that you could do to get going with that? I bet you have most of the materials that you need right now. If you don't have any lighting, like I'm using an LED light right here, if you don't have one of those, go out to the grocery store and get some daylight fluorescent bulbs. You can use them in the configuration that's usually best. You've got your key light, which is the one that's right in front of you. Then you'd have a fill light that fills in some of this darkness over here. I happen to like contrasty video, so I don't always use a fill light. But then you can also have what's called a hair light, which shines on the back of your head and helps to separate you from the backdrop. I don't typically use a hair light either. I like doing things in this darker environment because it's the kind of thing that I like. And you might like something more brightly lit. If you want great lighting for free, go sit beside a window on a nice day, and you'll have all the free, great looking light that you could ever hope for to help make your videos. So again, I just wanted to put this out there as kind of an experiment in whether or not I could do this, and a lesson hopefully for those of you who are on the fence thinking about getting into YouTube but haven't yet pulled the trigger. Smartphone, tripod, lighting of some kind, and trial and error on your part will teach you how to become good. Again, like I said, a great guitar player can make any guitar sound great. What you want to do is become masterful enough with the tools that you have on hand to do the same thing with your videos. It takes a long time. It takes a lot of work, takes a lot of trial, takes a lot of error. But if you're serious about wanting to get into YouTube or serious about wanting to get into videography, start with the tools that you have. Start today, start now, and put something up on YouTube as soon as you can. It might not be the best thing in the world, but it's a step forward. It's more than what you've got now if you haven't started at all. Thanks again for being here. My name is Jason, sometimes known as the JTL. This is Painfully Honest Tech. Tech so honest it hurts. I thought I'd jump in here, hopefully give you guys some information and inspiration, and let me know down in the comments if you have any questions, thoughts, comments of any kind. I'll put links to the stuff that I'm using down in the description below. Maybe I'll keep doing these kinds of things. If you want to see me do more of this sort of how-to stuff, let me know down in the comments as well. I really do appreciate you being here. It means a lot to me, whether you just got here or whether you've been here for a while. I really value my audience. And until the next time, I'm out.